Hello, I'd like to demonstrate today the basic setup and operation of Matheson's new 4-channel mass flow controller system. As you can see, the unit has already been pre-assembled to its frame, to its stand, and in the back I have connected 2 of the volt connectors that are required to interconnect Matheson's control cables. They're required for the 0 to 5 volt standard controllers that are offered with the units. There's a 9 pin connector here that it attaches to the unit providing power, and I'll turn it around now and we'll get started. So first we'll hit the start or home buttons to turn the unit on. See, the channels are being displayed 1 through 4. PV rate standing for process value rate, SP for set point rate, which is for each channel. Let's scroll up to channel 1 using the arrows here, and we'll configure channel 1 for the configuration that we desire. And we can accomplish that by hitting the enter button. What that does, it takes us to channel 1's display configuration. If we were to hit that, let's do that, we can decide, do we want the process value rate to be displayed or process value total to be displayed. And likewise, we can either set the set point rate to be displayed or the set point signal to be displayed. The rate would be the actual flow rate, cc's per minute. Set point signal would be the voltage that, or if you were using another type of standard, it could be a 4 to 20 milliamp signal. In the case of the Matheson controllers, we want to just display voltage. So we'll hit enter once more. Well, excuse me, we'll hit home. That takes us back. Let's go back into configuration once more by hitting the enter key. Let's go down to instrument configuration. Hit enter. Now here we can set all our instrument configuration points for channel 1. Here we have measure units. We have it set for standard cc's per minute. If we wanted to change that, we would simply hit enter. You'll notice that the units of measure is now flashing, and we could simply scroll up or down to choose the desired units that we prefer. In this case, we're going to just stick with cc's per minute. So hit enter. The time base is set for a minute. We could change that as well, just as I showed you previously. We would scroll down. I'd hit enter. If I'd want to change the time base to, say, hours, I could do so. We'll leave it set at minutes. Decimal place, and we'll leave it where it's set. We could put in a gas factor if we chose to do so, but we do not need to do that. The log type stays in the off position. Process value signal type is 0 to 5 volts. Again, we could press enter and see the values changing, and we could use the up and down hours to change it if we would choose to do so. Let's continue down here. We now have process value full scale. It's set for 500 cc's per minute, and that's fine. Scroll down once more. We have set point signal type 0 to 5 volts. That is fine for our application. Set point full scale type. It's a 500 cc controller, so we have set it for 500 cc's. Set point function. Here we could change that. If we want to do a batch run, we could select batch. If we wanted to blend, we could select blend. In this case, we just want rate to run the controller independently. I'll hit enter once more, and we'll scroll down again. Set point rate, and that's where we'll set our rate that we want the unit to flow at. So let us do that right now. I'll hit enter, and I'll set it for 200 cc's per minute using the up and down arrow keys to change the value, and the forward and backward arrows to move to the decimal place that I would like to change, digit that I'd like to change. I'll set it for 200 cc's. Press enter. You can go scroll down a bit further. There's a set point VOR, which stands for valve override function. It does not. It's not required for the Matheson controller, so leave that set in the normal position. We're not running a batch, so we don't need to set anything there. We're not blending, so we'll leave that as it's set at 0%. And the set point source is Keypad. We're not using a computer to interface with it. If we chose to do that, we would simply press enter. You can see that the keypad is flashing. I press the up arrow to go to serial for serial communication. We're not going to do that, so let's leave it a keypad. Press enter. Okay, and that completes the channel 1 instrument configuration. So at this point we'll just return to the home screen, and what we'll see is that channel 1 is running at 200 cc's per minute. That's because we've set it to do so. We can scroll down to channel 2 and set that as well. We'll hit enter, and we'll go down to instrument configuration, and we have this preset, so there's really nothing we need to change here. Now, because it's already set, what we could do for an easier way to simply set the set point rate, and we can just go back to home and just press the set point button, and that takes us directly into the set point rate where we can change that value for whatever we would want. Presently it's at 0. Let's scroll over and change it for 300 cc's per minute. Now press enter, home, and now we can see that channel 2 is running at 300 cc's per minute. And that's the basic setup and configuration steps that you need to take in order to get your 4-channel controller up and running.